Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Career Ready Tempe celebration and recognition to our student interns and our businesses. At this point, I'd like to welcome our MC, Mary Seitz, to start the opening remarks.
Hello, my name is Mary Seitz, ReadyTempe intern and senior at Corona del Sol. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the inaugural ReadyTempe celebration event. We are grateful for the partnership between the Tempe Chamber Foundation and the City of Tempe to present this program to our community. This partnership is extremely important in bringing together resources to support the future workforce. When the program coordinator, Adrian Cassio, called me to ask if I'd like to MC for this event, I was excited for the opportunity and for the chance to use these skills I've developed from my internship at Phoenix Business Radio X. I told him that if he was also to ask me prior to my internship, I would have been much more hesitant to take this role. Thus, we are here not to celebrate the accomplishment of myself and my fellow cohort, but to reflect on the positive impact that this program has provided for all who were involved. More to share about that later in the evening. In recognizing the support for the Career Tempe, I would like to take a moment to thank our amazing program coordinators, outstanding companies. We are proud to recognize Tempe Union High School District, Maricopa County, Arizona at Work, and the Schultz Family Foundation and Ed Plus at Arizona State University. We would also like to welcome our elected officials who have joined us here today and who have shared our never-ending commitment for thriving city and workforce. From the City of Tempe, Tempe City Councilmember Robin Arredondo Savage, Tempe City Councilmember Lauren Kuby, and Tempe City Councilmember Dorian Garland. I would also like to express my appreciation for the following individuals for the implementation of Career Tempe. From the City of Tempe Human Resources, Adrian Cassio, Mary Measy, and Mary Raymond. From the City of Tempe Economic Development, Kil Bushbacher. And from the City of Tempe Chamber Foundation, Ann Gill. And the Tempe Union High School District, Stephanie Freemer and Dr. Kevin Mendival. Thank you all for the collaborative support to provide this community to students like me. Thank you all for the commitment to making Tempe a great place to live, work, and do business.
Hello, everybody. Well, it's now my honor to introduce our next speaker, Councilmember Robin Arredondo Savage. She is a proven leader who has successfully built regional partnerships and collaborated on multiple initiatives that have delivered positive outcomes for Tempe residents. Raised in Tempe and a graduate of ASU, she has been proactive in the city's education and economic development policy with results. Prior to her time on City Council, she served on Tempe Union High School District Governing Board for 8 years, including 2 years as a president of board, and was past board chair of the Tempe Chamber of Commerce. So she's seen the opportunity not only in this program, but also College Connect Tempe, another collaborator which further demonstrates her passion to bring together both the education and the business side to our students. So at this point, I would like to welcome Councilmember Arredondo Savage for a few remarks.
Thank you, Adrian, and thank you, Mary. I can't tell you how excited I am here to be here tonight. Unfortunately, we're not together in a room, but we are here virtually, and I'm really just grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this celebration, because it really truly is a celebration. I know they gave me all these really specific things I was supposed to say to you tonight, but I got to kind of tell you, I'm just going to speak from the heart here a little bit tonight, because Career Ready Tempe is something that's really near and dear to my heart. And I want to just take a minute to say thank you so much to all those individuals that sat down at the table and said, yes, this is a really great idea. This is something that our community needs to do. And we want to pull together to be able to do that. And that doesn't happen unless you actually have those individuals, those businesses, those organizations that have that common goal. So just really quick, Mary mentioned them earlier, to our human services team, to Naomi, who never really, who is really great about ensuring when we have a really cool idea that she allows it to come to fruition. Marie Raymond, she's just done an outstanding job of coordinating our efforts. I think she's on this virtual event tonight. Just done a really outstanding job of coordinating our education efforts and our partnerships when it comes to everything that we're doing in education. And Mary Maisie, I know you're there, and I just want to give a big shout out to you because you were the one that took in a brunt of this application. For many of you that may not know, Career Ready Tempe was actually one of the very first programs that was funded from the city's innovation fund a few years ago. And it is one of the only programs that still exists today. And if it wasn't for her efforts of pulling all of our partners together, and of course to Ann Gill from the Tempe Chamber of Commerce, Ann, thank you so much for saying yes. Thank you for always being willing to partner and do what's right for our community. You have just been an outstanding partner and friend in this community, and I'm really grateful to that. And to our economic development team, Jill Bushbacher always is working and willing to do what we need to do to bring people together. And of course, Donna Kennedy. It's just been really amazing. And to our leadership team too. I know I see Rosa Inchowski here today, who is a deputy city manager. Just so grateful for your support, because it really does take everybody to be on board and to be there. And to my fellow colleagues for being here tonight and are saying yes when this idea originally came through the Innovation Fund. And of course to Dr. Mendeville and the Tempe Union High School District team. This wouldn't happen if we couldn't connect all of our businesses with our wonderful students, and it's just been really remarkable. And it's so great. I am so happy to be here tonight. And just a big thank you to all of the businesses that have participated this year and those that have participated in the past. This couldn't happen without you. We are working so hard to ensure that our students have the ability to see real world practical experiences and what's happening out there in our business communities. And you are providing that opportunity for them. Not only are you teaching them the hard skills of a different type of work or whatever it may be, a different industry, but you're also teaching them those soft skills of how important it is to build relationships and teamwork and to show up to work on time. So those are the things that to me are just really quality that these students are going to be able to have and take with them for the rest of their lives. And for that, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for what you do. It just really goes to show what a community can do when we come together. I always say it, we're stronger together, but this is really truly an example of when we have a common goal and we have the ability to come together and make this happen. This is one of the most successful programs in the city of Tempe. And I know all of our other cities, not only in Arizona, but across the country, are really jealous of this really great grassroots, true partnership in the city of Tempe. And I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you do. I know that's probably more than I was supposed to say. And I'm really excited to be able to hear from our students and also from our businesses so they can share with us their experiences and some of the great things that they've learned. I'm definitely excited to do that. And one of the other things that I have the privilege to do tonight is to get this event started, the celebration started, is to actually read a proclamation from Mayor Corey Woods. Now, of course, I am not Mayor Corey Woods, but I always like to say, I'm probably better looking than Mayor Corey Woods, so I am very happy to be able to read this really outstanding proclamation for him tonight. Whereas developing a robust youth talent pipeline in the city of Tempe contributes to the overall economic growth and well-being of the city and its residents. And whereas the city of Tempe believes that our youth deserve access to quality college and career readiness, support, and resources. Whereas the city of Tempe established a degree and/or certificate attainment goal of 65% by the year 2030. And whereas the city of Tempe is committed to supporting local businesses in their efforts to achieve success through building a talented workforce for their industries. And whereas providing internships in fields that are in demand aligns with industry needs and prepares youth to become gainfully employed assets to the future workforce. And whereas the city of Tempe believes that investment in youth is an investment in all aspects of this community. Now, therefore, I, Corey D. Woods, Mayor of the City of Tempe, or I, Robin Arredondo Savage, council member of the city of Tempe in Arizona, do hereby declare January 19th, 2022 as Career Ready Tempe Day in Tempe, Arizona. So again, thank you all for making this possible. Adrian, thank you for the invite and giving me the opportunity to be with you all here tonight. I can't just share how grateful I am for everybody's willingness to really create this awesome, successful program. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again so much, Councilmember Arredondo Savage. I just messed up. Councilmember Arredondo Savage for the proclamation and your words and your support. You know, something else I want to add is that I work directly with a lot of our Tempe Union High School students who serve on the Mayor's Youth Advisory Commission. And time after time, they've always expressed the importance of programs just like Career Ready Tempe and the need for that professional development. So it's really inspiring and remarkable to be in a city where we have our city council that supports the initiatives and the voice of what the youth are seeking for. So I'm very grateful for that. And so I didn't introduce myself before, but my name is Adrian Cassio, and I am the program coordinator for Career Ready Tempe. I actually had the pleasure of seeing this program from its inception back in 2019. And in fact, at the previous celebration, I was the photographer when we were in person. So I'm the program coordinator now. I guess you could say I got promoted. But really, it's been a pleasure to be able to support this program. I've had experience in the past with youth internship programs. And when I got back into Career Ready Tempe, it really was a reminder to me on how the on-the-job experience can provide so many opportunities for personal and professional growth. I know that speaking from someone who's done a lot of internships myself. And for anybody that's done internships, you know that you'll gain so many opportunities, you know, to learn new skills, definitely get out of your comfort zone, build on your strengths, and even identify strengths that you didn't realize were there. Experience diversity, different perspectives, meet new people, learn practical problem solving. Really, the list goes on. So I'll leave it at that. But with Career Ready Tempe, this is really a team effort. So at this point, I would like to provide some following recognition. And the first group of folks I would like to recognize is our College Connect advisors. So to support the student's journey of learning, I would like to recognize the collaboration of College Connect Tempe, which is a contributor of Achieve 65 Tempe. Coincidentally, this happens to be another program that I do help manage as well. And by design, Career Ready Tempe it matches students with College Connect Tempe and to help support them alongside as they're doing their internship, but identifying and developing their career and educational goals, or what I like to call life after high school, and help them identify that and come up with a plan. And additionally, now that they got this newly gained experience from their internships, help them to hone and tone in or fine tune their resumes so that they're going to be ready for that next experience that comes up. So unfortunately, our advisors couldn't be here. In fact, the three advisors we have are college students themselves, so they do have busy schedules. Some of them are in class, but I would like to recognize the following advisors that supported Career Ready Tempe, and that would be Emil Lundberg, Cole Busby, and Sarabi Sajid. So they are still current advisors of ours and have been continuing to meet with some of our students here. So next up, I'd like to recognize our businesses. While combined efforts of our community, including our schools and our government, are extremely vital to the long-term success of our youth and overall sustainability of the workforce, truly, our local businesses play a fundamental role in the economic health of our community. So our internship host sites have provided our students with opportunities to learn about a career field of interest, nurture skills that will contribute to their professional development, and provide them with a chance to gain on-the-job experience. These businesses do not simply host an intern to serve as additional help around the office. Really, in many cases, I would probably say for all of them, it did mean taking extra time for from their daily tasks and responsibilities to serve as mentors to provide students with guidance, constructive feedback, and sometimes present, different challenges to them. And so they treated their student interns like professionals, held them accountable, allowed them to explore, challenged them to think critically, and invest in their futures. They gave our interns a glimpse of the world beyond the classroom and exposed them to unique opportunities, including networking, marketing, social media, branding, engineering, manufacturing, just to name a few. Similarly, the supervisors helped our interns apply necessary soft skills, as we know how important those are, and becoming a well-rounded professional and really a confident individual. So, the last thing I just want to mention in this is that, we did this last internship cohort during the fall semester. So I want to thank our businesses for managing the busy schedules that our students have, juggling extracurriculars in school and really being flexible with schedules and making things work out. So at this point, I would like to individually name the businesses that were our host sites. So we have Bike Saviors, Bullock Training Development, Sandler Training, who is a returning business of ours, and they served the first time around with Career Ready Tempe. DBL Landscaping, Hercutech, Landings Credit Union, also a returning business, Micropulse West, Phoenix Business Radio X, and last but not least, Printing Specialist, which was our third returning business with Career Ready Tempe. So at this point, I'd like to just thank you all. If we can give virtual hand claps or however, any kind of recognition, thank you so much for working with us and providing this opportunity for our students. I look forward in a few moments to be able to ask some of you questions when we go to get to our questionnaire panel. And so last, who I'd like to recognize is our student interns. So bright students who will be recognized shortly worked incredibly hard this year. They showed responsibility, creativity, an incredible level of dedication. While many of them balanced school, as I mentioned, extracurricular activities, some of them held second jobs and had family obligations. So I would be remiss if I didn't point out the obvious, that all of this happened in the wake of our students returning back to school in person full time and having to reorient themselves to old, but in a way, new routines again and adapting to ongoing changes. So under normal circumstances, this achievement is impressive as a high school student, but under these circumstances, honestly, it's downright inspiring. This is a resilient group, and I am optimistic about our future workforce. I would now like to recognize each student intern. So from Corona del Sol High School, we have Adam Susi, who served who was an intern for Bike Saviors. From Tempe High School, we have Denzel Hijiro, who was an intern as well with Bike Saviors. From McClintock High School, we have Akshay Venkatakalam, intern for Bullock Training and Development Sandler Training. From Tempe High School, we have Sierra Kiavorabu, intern for DBL Landscaping. From Marcos Deniza High School, Elena Dominguez, intern for Hercutech. From Corona del Sol High School, Elizabeth Iverson, intern for Landings Credit Union. From Tempe High School, Wilbur Johnson, intern for Micropulse West. From Corona del Sol High School, our MC of the night, Mary Seitz, intern for Phoenix Business Radio X. And from Corona del Sol High School, Kaylee Jocelyn, intern for Printing Specialist. So again, another virtual round of applause, if we will, for all of these students, our 9 students from Tempe Union High School District. We're so proud of you for completing this program successfully, and we really look forward to what future opportunities and achievements that you'll have coming up. So before moving on, I do want to also as mentioned, and I will thank again, but the Tempe Union High School District for their unwavering support. A very special thank you as well to CTE Department, including Dr. Stephanie Freimer, and the wonderful faculty who encourage their students to apply for Career Ready Tempe. As I mentioned before, it really is a team effort. And so we really appreciate what the district has done to help us with marketing and outreaching to the students, and helping them with filling out the application and to be here tonight. Your team did an amazing job identifying students who would both grow and thrive in our program. So on behalf of City of Tempe and Tempe Chamber Foundation, we really appreciate your support. Okay, so now for some fun here. What we're gonna do is student and business panel. So we figured it would be nice to hear directly from our students and from the businesses about their experience this year with Career Ready Tempe. So at this moment, I would like to invite all our students and our businesses, if you will. You can turn on your microphone, and you can also turn on your camera. So what I'll be doing is I have a set of questions, and I am going to I'm going to direct some of these questions to specific folks here. So let me just get us acquainted, ready for that. And I'll wait for y'all. And while you're doing that, I'm going to chug a little bit of water here, a lot of talking. Okay, so here's just to see if we're all there and who's there. I'll start off with a real easy question for everybody on our panel. This one's a lightning round question here. So first answer that comes to mind, YouTube or Netflix? Which one is it for you? Put it in the chat. YouTube or Netflix if you want to put that in the chat there. Ooh, this looks like it's going to be a tie here, I think. My personal YouTube as well. All right. So I'm not going to ask the same question to everybody in the interest of time. However, I would like to ask this one question for everybody to start off, so everyone can put a face to the business and a face to as well to the student name here. So I'm going to go in the order I see here, but I'll start off with the businesses. So for the businesses, if you can introduce who you are, where you work, and just a little bit about your business. So I'll start with Adrian.
All right. Hi, I'm Adrienne Rexius, and I am the Chief Human Resource Officer at Landings Credit Union. We are a locally owned and operated financial institution in Tempe. We've been around for almost 70 years. And we're here for all of your financial needs. And it's been great to work with Career Ready Tempe again. They have the most amazing students in this program. It's been great to work with Adrian. And I just absolutely love and adore Elizabeth, our intern, and we were so glad that we were able to continue the internship after the city program ended and have her as part of our Landings family. So we absolutely heart you, Elizabeth.
Great story. That's always lovely to hear. Thank you so much, Adrienne. And next, I will have Gabby.
Okay, hi, I'm Gabby Deason. I'm the marketing coordinator at Hercutech. We had Elena Dominguez as our intern. She did marketing and social media with us during the fall. We create and manufacture Herky Wall, which replaces wood in the exterior shell of a home. Jody Avianantos, who is also on the call, is part of ReadyTempe as well. And we just joined for the first time in the program. This was our first year participating, and we had an incredible experience. We were really grateful to have Elena during our fall. Hi, Elena.
Awesome. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Jody, for being here.
Yeah, but you can't turn it on.
Oh, they have to?
It says on
And next we have, well, I see you there, Tracy, so I'm going to let you go next.
Hey everybody, Tracy Bullock, Sandler Training. Akshay was my intern, and we had a wonderful experience focused on the needs of our businesses, small and large. We do communication training, professional development and sales, customer service, management, and leadership. Akshay got to be involved not only in actually participating in an entire class, but in helping me do research and turning that research into actionable sales positions. So it was a wonderful match, and my second time with Crew ReadyTempe. I'll do it again. Thanks, Akshay.
Thanks, Tracy. Thank you as well, Tracy Adriana, for sticking with us for that second year. We don't have all our businesses here. Not all of them were able to make it tonight, but I did want to also mention that we have Daryl from Phoenix Business Radio X. Unfortunately, Daryl's losing his voice. Daryl, I won't make you speak, but if you want to put an introduction of yourself, Phoenix Radio X has been amazing, so it'd be great for everybody else. There it is, to learn a little bit more and be familiar with you all as well. So now I'm gonna throw it to our students real quickly. Well, actually, so I'm gonna start off with some questions since we all got to get to know you a little bit anyway. So my first question, I'm actually gonna throw this one to Denzel. So Denzel, what do you think was the most important thing? And if you want to remind everyone, Denzel, where you interned at. But your question is, what do you think the most important thing you learned from your internship was?
Of course. So hi, I'm Denzel. I worked at Bike Saviors as a marketing intern. And I think one of the most important things I learned was how to work in a team, professional communication in terms of emails, phone calls, also taking constructive criticism as well. It's very important when you hear honest feedback on how you're working and how you're progressing. So that's always important to learn. And I think for me, the most important thing was independence as well, making your own decisions, taking initiative. And so I think all those things kind of helped mold me to be prepared for the workforce.
Awesome. Thank you, Denzel. I'm going to throw that question to a few other of our interns. I like to throw that same question to our intern, Akshay.
Okay, for me personally, I think the most important thing and the most valuable thing I got out of it was like how to communicate. Because my internship position was in like a sales training, we had a lot of like new people and new potential clients and business partners come into the offices a lot, and like learning how to communicate with them and learning how to kind of like establish the human connection in order to like benefit both sides was something that I thought was really beneficial. And like because we all communicate like every day, so like learning the intricacies of that is I think what I really took out of it, and I think will be really beneficial in the future.
Awesome. Great to hear. Thank you so much, Akshay. And I'll throw this question as well to our intern, Kaylee.
Hi, so I'm Kaylee. I worked at Printing Specialist. I think definitely the most important thing that I learned was time management. I'm somebody who has always struggled with procrastination. That's always been my number one issue since elementary school. But being that this was my busiest year as far as extracurriculars go and rigorous classes and all that, I think the fact that I was forced to, go home for 20 minutes, go to work, immediately after work, go to, whatever meetings I had that day. That really forced me to schedule my time the way I should be doing when I enter the professional world. So overall, I think that was definitely the most valuable thing I learned.
Awesome. Well, I think you're in good company with some of us struggling with procrastination there, Kaylee. So I appreciate your honesty and thank you for sharing. I'm going to throw a similar kind of question to our students, and then I'll go back to our businesses here. Another question I would like to ask, this one I'm going to throw over to you, Adam, is what was something that was surprising to you at your internship? What maybe something even you learned about yourself?
Well, that was surprising to myself, or was surprising about the company?
Something that surprised you about yourself, in being in that professional setting.
I didn't, when I first came to the company, I worked at Bike Saviors. I didn't think I would be able to help teach people how to fix bikes, but when it came to it, I just relaxed and was able to do it very easily, and was able to do it over time and got better at it. So over time, I got really good at talking to people, to random people, and helping them teach how to fix their bikes.
Awesome. And I would second that. It was great seeing you and Denzel in action over there at Bike Saviors, working with other people and seeing the knowledge that you gain and then bestowing that upon other people. So thank you. I like to throw that question as well to Elizabeth. What was something that maybe was surprising or that you learned about yourself in your experience?
I think the biggest thing was like just going into a professional setting. I thought it would be way more intimidating than it actually was. So just like getting a feel to like, it's not as scary as it kind of seems to be, because I've only worked in like retail and stuff. So it's just a big change. But just knowing that like I was able to kind of go through that change and be able to do it really smoothly and not have to worry about like all the fears that I initially had starting out.
Definitely. Like once you start getting into it, sometimes it's not as scary. So great to hear that. And I think Elena is here with us. If you are, Elena, I'd like to throw that question to you as well. If what was something that maybe you learned about yourself from this internship experience?
It's more just coming back into a controlled setting, which I didn't have for a very long time, and learning how to reorganize myself based on that and the schedule that's provided for me by Gabby Deason. More of just trying to get back into a groove and being somewhere that wasn't my house or school or quad. So, yeah.
Definitely. That's such a good point too, because, as I mentioned before, not only were all of you going back into in-person in school, but yeah, you're going into this kind of setting where there's some more structure, kind of getting a routine. So it was a double duty for you all. I'll ask the same question to Mary. What was something that you learned about yourself from this experience?
It was definitely uncomfortable for me for a while. I'm not the type of person to do like public speaking like this, or to like speak on a podcast where I knew people were going to be listening to me. But I'm surprised how easy it was for me to get into that mindset where I can do this and I can do it confidently and be proud of what I'm doing.
So great to hear that. Thank you all. Now I'm going to throw a question for our businesses. This one to our new businesses I will throw, and then I got one for the returning ones. Before I'll ask Gabby here, what was something that maybe was surprising to you working with a high school intern?
I think the maturity level, honestly, Elena just came in and she was so professional, and I was just amazed by how easy she was able to adapt. They're only with us for 11 weeks, and it's a short amount of time to get comfortable, especially in a professional setting. that you may have never been in before. And I think it's intimidating to walk in on the first day. So the growth that can happen in such a short amount of time is what really surprises me. And it's just incredible. It's amazing to watch.
Definitely. And you know what? I'm going to change my mind in here. I actually would like to throw this question to our returning businesses because I think it'd be really great to hear. So, Tracy, on that similar note, and you have now these 2 years of experience. If there's anything, that was surprising to you, whether it was your first year around or even this year around with Akshay.
Well, I've got to say, first of all, the coordination and the job ReadyTempe and the whole team did in matching Akshay to my business was fabulous. And the biggest thing that surprised me is how many different things Akshay was juggling in addition to doing this internship. And how much fun I had talking to him, not just about the work, but how he was doing in those various different extracurricular activities. So he is the master of time management, and thinking about his age, his ability, and his focus areas really added to the value I got out of the program and the information he shared.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Tracy. And, it's always great for us to hear that, it turned out to be a good match for you all. So glad to hear that. And Adrienne, I'd like to throw that same question to you as well as, what was surprising to you working with a high school student?
Well, we've had internships at the credit union for many years in doing different things, mostly where they come in and they're a teller. However, with Career Ready Tempe, it's been really great to be able to take high school students in and expose them to other areas of the credit union. And that's what we really tried to do with Elizabeth. She was interested in marketing, but she was also interested in accounting, and then being able to give her the opportunity to work in our accounting department, in our electronic services department, and really expose her to a vast area within the credit union, and to really see her grow and just the amazing confidence she developed over the 11 weeks. And being in charge of human resources, I work a lot with the executive team, and it was very common for our CEO to walk into my office and the office space that she shares with us, and to have her be comfortable in interacting with our CEO and our CFO and our operations team, and just seeing her really thrive in that environment. And talking to her about what her goals are after high school. And I'm just really excited to see her go on to NAU, and it's just been a joy for me to see how she just continues to grow and learn. And it's just such a fantastic experience to be part of Career Ready Tempe.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for that response. Again, this is the best part, I think, just hearing about these experiences and these opportunities, and seeing the growth that you've seen in everybody. I'm going to throw this last question to you all, and I won't forget about you, Daryl, so feel free to flood the chat there with any highlights or something surprising for you working with a high school student. But what I would like to throw out to all of you is thinking about what would be some advice that you would give to another student, an incoming student intern, based off your experience, thinking what kind of advice could you give to them? So I'm gonna start off with going back to our friend Denzel. What's some advice you would give to another student?
That's a good question. And firstly, I would definitely say you need to set goals on what you want to achieve in the business, and then get to meet the coworkers, watch and learn from them, and then manage your time wisely. Like Haley said, you don't want to be procrastinating. You want to learn how to be organized. I had a calendar and a game plan of what I wanted to do, and then keep track of your task or any projects that they have you to do, and then most importantly, I mean, have fun. Have fun.
Definitely. Thank you, Ninja. I'm gonna bounce around too. So I'm gonna go to a business here. So Gabby, what would be some advice you would give to a student?
I would just say to be confident there. These students are all so much brighter than they give themselves credit for, and they have every reason to walk in and feel confident that they are an asset to any business that they're interning for in this program.
So true. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think that's the big one. It's just that confidence and believing in yourself. So I'm glad that you mentioned that there. And I'm gonna throw it to you, Kaylee. What would be some advice you'd give to another student?
I'd say go in with no expectations. I think I went in sort of feeling like I would be sort of an outcast coming into a new environment. I'm not used to being, like the new kid, so to say. And I've also never been in a situation where I was around adults that weren't authority. So I think being able to be in that kind of environment where I was treated as one of them, as an adult, that, like Gabby said, it boosted my confidence significantly. And honestly, I wasn't fully expecting that to have such a change on my own confidence. So go in with no expectations, be confident, and again, like Denzel said, just have fun.
Cool. Thank you so much, Kaylee. Yeah, it's so easy to kind of get yourself worked up thinking, what a new experience can be like, the unknown. And so being open-minded to, what you might experience there. Thank you. Tracy, what would be some advice you'd give to a student?
Ask a lot of questions, because if you don't know, you need to ask. The fault in making in bad communication or miscommunication always lands on the person who is delivering the message, because it's our job to make sure that we provide the right information in the right way to make you successful. So ask a lot of information. As Gabby said, walk in like you own the place, and make sure you stay as involved as you can, asking what can I do next or how can I help. Literally sets the whole tone for your relationship with the business as well as your peers.
Totally. I really wish I heard that advice when I was a teen. Ask a lot of questions and not feel like I'm asking too many questions. So I really appreciate you mentioning that there. Mary, what's some advice you'd give to a student?
I think everyone pretty much sums up what I would say. I think no expectations is a really big one, because I had this whole idea of what I'd be doing, and then I was thrown into something that I had like no intention of doing. And it turned out to be one of the best experiences that I've had. And I'm really grateful for that. So no expectations and have fun.
Cool. Well, thank you. And I'm going to switch up to another question here, because I feel like we've heard a lot of good advice here. But we do have a chat feature. So if anybody has a really great response they want to provide, please feel free to put that in the chat. But another question that I wanted to ask, again, for students is, please share if how this experience has helped you with guiding your career path, whether it was just, again, learning something about the things you kind of gravitated towards, things that you like to do. Maybe it's not necessarily this exact field. And I know it kind of goes into like a little bit of what you learned about yourself there. But yeah, if you want to share how this supported your journey to your career path. And I'm going to throw that question to Elizabeth.
Yeah, so I think it really helped because I knew I always liked the math and like financial aspect of just a career. And so being able to work with like our electronic funds transfer team and our accounting team, it really helped just kind of like open the gateway to see really what that entails. And it really did help because like before I was kind of iffy on what I wanted to do, and now I definitely have a bigger understanding of like, oh, I want to go into accounting, and I really like what I do right now, and I really like the responsibility that I have. And so I really want to continue with it and just keep trying new things and like staying kind of on that path to finance.
Cool. So that was really a perfect match there. And I'll ask that same question to Adam. So Adam, how do you feel like this experience supported your career path and your interests?
It um, helped me learn to talk to people much easier and helps me communicate to other people and learn much faster. So I say, in the future, I'm thinking of doing something with accounting or engineering, but it helps me learn how to pick up stuff fast and learn how to ask more questions and always be more prepared.
Most definitely. And that's those transferable skills we talk about, the soft skills that all of you are gaining from this experience. And Elena, I'd like to ask you the same question there with how did this experience support your career path or career interests?
It definitely solidified in that I want to go into a more social setting, in that I felt a little bit of controlled in such a controlled workspace, and where I am now, I have much more creative freedom in what I want to do and what directions I want to take. So I want to go into engineering and CNC machining, which I was able to see during my time at ReadyTempe, but also with art and agriculture.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear. It's always great to hear how these experiences kind of shaped your interest and maybe even, fine-tuned a bit of that pathway there. And I'm going to throw this this last one, same question, but to you, Akshay, how this helped transform or support your career pathway.
Like the thing that I took the most out of it, and I think the thing that like I kind of honed myself on was like working with other people. Like outside of this internship, I had like dabbled in and I'm in extracurriculars that involve like communication and talking to people. And I think being able to like be in a setting where you work with people all the time is something that I really enjoyed more than I thought I would, and something that I'm definitely looking to incorporate in whatever like career I go into in the future.
Very cool. All this stuff, great stuff to hear. You know what? I'm just gonna throw that last question I had about advice. I didn't want to leave you out for this one, Adrienne. So if you had anything you would want to share to another student, what would be that advice you'd like to give them?
Well, I think a lot's already been said about, having confidence in yourself, but something that I was told early on in my career was always make new mistakes. Because when you're making new mistakes, you're learning and you learn from your mistakes so you never repeat the same one twice, or hopefully you don't. And everything everything can be fixed. Sometimes the fixes may be a little bit painful, but don't be afraid of making a mistake because it can be fixed. And those are the two things that um, one of my mentors gave me early on in my career, and I still live it to this day. And one of the things that I tell my team and people that I interview is, you learn by making mistakes, and we can fix it.
Wow, that's really great way to wrap up the panel questionnaire there. So I'm glad I saved that one for you, Adrienne. So if you all heard that, especially to our students listening, making new mistakes, and don't be afraid to do that, to put yourself out there. That's how we're all going to grow. So thank you for that feedback and that advice. And again, thank you all for participating in this panel and sharing with our attendees, our audience out there, a little bit about your experience. And as we wrap up here, I am going to hand it back to Mary, who is going to introduce our last guest speaker of the night. Go for it, Mary.
We couldn't implement ReadyTempe without the support and partnership of the Tempe Union High School District and its superintendent, Dr. Kevin Medieval. Dr. Kevin Medieval has been in the district since 2011 and became superintendent on July 1st, 2018. His experience at every level of the K-12 education has provided Mr. Medieval an advanced knowledge of academia, student needs, and key issues in education and employee relations. We're glad to have his support for ReadyTempe. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Kevin Medival. Thank you again, Dr. Kevin Medival, for all you do for our Tempe students and for your support of ReadyTempe.
So is it on?
You are good to go, Dr. Kevin Mendeville. We see you and we hear you.
You do see me because I can't see me. So I don't know what I'm doing, but thank you very much for the introduction. Certainly not needed because you guys are the stars of this evening. I want to say, first of all, thank you for having me on this virtual evening. And I want to congratulate our students because you, like I said, you're the shining stars of this evening. And so I'm very proud of you. You guys demonstrated perseverance, you gained confidence, and you achieved success this semester. And I think Adrian was the one that pointed out that we didn't start off normal. As you all know, we started off having a whole lot of time out of school. And so beginning the year was a little challenging for everybody. You guys persevered and you brought yourselves forward and took part in this wonderful experience and did a marvelous job. And even though we may not be in person right now, because that's the part that bothers me the most, but please know how proud I am of you, each of you, how proud we all are that you were able to take advantage of this internship experience. On a side note, I am the only educator in my family of 6 kids. And so I have 5 other siblings that are all entrepreneurs, business owners. And so they would have loved this experience in this program when they were your ages. And so this is such a quality program and will just continue to thrive. This experience, no doubt, will be another way in which you will expand your capabilities and that will set you apart from other candidates. You received real world today experiences to become problem solution-based future employees. You took advantage of the expertise and were a sponge for the interpersonal and collaborative skills you witnessed and were a part of. Some have referred to these as soft skills. I don't, folks. I prefer to call them key essential skills because they are critical for today's workforce. Clear and collaborative communication skills are so needed in today's business and work environment. Working with a collective and collaborative effort and as a team, you will be presented with far more opportunities as you continue your journey. Thank you to all the business partners, to the City of Tempe, and the many folks who organize this program. And thank you to Dr. Fremmer, our director of CTE, and her team with their assistance in working with our site counselors at Corona, Tempe High, Marcos Deniza, and McClintock, and the placement of students with our wonderful business partners. Without you, we couldn't do this. And finally, as Career Ready Tempe continues to prosper and grow, Tempe Union High School District will be prepared to provide you with excellent student candidates. We will continue to be Tempe Career Ready for you.
Thank you, Doctor. Congratulations to all our amazing student interns on a job well done. And thank you to the businesses who helped make this program possible. We couldn't have done it without you. We're excited about this summer's cohort of Career Ready Tempe interns. In partnership with the business community, we are developing Tempe's future workforce so that it aligns with the industry needs. These internships increase our students' access to career path exploration and planning and will increase the number of Tempe students who will enroll in credential or degree programs. Our goal is to increase the number of young people in Tempe who enter a career field that meets industry demands, in addition to providing direct program services to youth and local businesses. Career Tempe is discovering what strategies and activities are effective in preparing youth to meaningfully engage in the workforce. Finally, thank you all for being here. Your presence today shows you support and enthusiasm for helping to shape the future of our great city. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.